Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Uh, we got like 5 more days to WrestleMania, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm so hyped. Raw was in Chicago. I was there. It was amazing. Energy off the chart. You can't even man, I can't even measure the energy. But we had we had Raw, we had Smackdown. I'm gonna get into all of that. No, IG stuff this week, which is whatever. I kind of was digging it a lot, but we ain't getting no more of that really. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Check out the Superkick store. Check out the reel. Check out the shorts. I'm on IG. I'm on Spotify. I'm on TikTok a little bit, not as much. YouTube, obviously, because you're here. I got What If Wednesdays. I'm starting Fastback Fridays. I'm gonna get into a little bit later. I'm gonna give you a little trailer of both what I kind of did recently. Yeah, man, we're just gonna get into the week. Chop up these topics real quick. I feel like I got so much I gotta try to record and get out to you guys. Like I said, my recap from Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. They got the Slammies are back this weekend at WrestleMania, at WrestleMania, which I'm gonna be at. What else do we got? I feel like we had something else. I can't remember. Slammies. It's something else I got. Oh, and I'm gonna do a video about predictions. That's duh. That's the big thing for WrestleMania. So I'm gonna get the recap. I'm gonna do another video for the Slammies, picking who I think to win those, and also my predictions for WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Let's go. So Chicago, like I said, was on fire. Energy was off the chain. I feel like the Chicago is just a different wrestling market in general, where we're the type of audience that can hijack a show. It is not. I feel like there's not too many arenas or too many wrestling crowd cities that can hijack a show, but Chicago is one of those. Just gonna say that, and this is probably people have been saying like how Raw was. Like, this is probably one of the best Raws that that has been shown in a very long time. I feel like just like, man, they saying that we're in the Renaissance era and whatnot, and I don't know who necessarily coined that term. I kind of like it, the phrase, like it's a cinema era, man. Like, it feels like we're watching a movie, play out, and not so much is just like bits and pieces, like a story, like storytelling and everything, but it just feels like a whole movie is just playing out. Maybe it's just the bloodline business, right, man? It's just taking over. Like, that actually could just be a movie. Like, I wonder what people are going to say about this era, like 10 or 15 years from now. How we're going to feel about it in comparison to the eras of the past or whatnot. But I'm loving that everything is just taking off, man. It's starting. It just feels like just fresh and new, and a little bit of the Attitude Era, but a little bit like not, like we have the edginess of the Attitude Era, but mixed with just way more story, and that's cool. But yeah, man, Chicago was on fire. Cody Rhodes kicked off the show, came out talking, talking about the bloodline, talking about Roman Reigns, and then, talking about The Rock, and then The Rock music hits. He comes out, unexpected appearance in Chicago, because initially I was bummed because the only thing they're advertising him was just for Brooklyn, and I'm like, man, once again Chicago's getting passed over, but that wasn't the case. Like I said, The Rock music hit, and we were all focused on Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring, and then The Rock music hit, and it was just like instantly, like, we're all looking into the entrance, for The Rock to come out, and sure enough, he came out, and I swear the whole arena probably just pop a tweet all over themselves. Like the energy, the amount was crazy, chills, goosebumps, whatever you want to call it. Like we just wasn't expecting that, and he came out, and you can just feel the electricity in the air. Like he got in the ring, and he stood face to face with Cody. And he whispered to him to Cody, and we were all like, yo, what did he say? What did he say? And then he gets out, and we were all like bummed because nothing happened. He didn't say anything. No catch lines, none of that, no phrases or anything like that. And then he just left. And then, we was a little, it was a little bummed. Like, we didn't get what we wanted more, And so we felt like he came and we were left handed with The Rock coming, and so then it kind of just played out like that. But little did we know, later on the show, stuff picked up. But I get into that later on. But yeah, Cody Rhodes kicked off the show, and like I said, the kickoff, I can't complain, man. Like, The Rock came out. Like, he's one of the few people I feel like I've seen live in my lifetime since kind of like being able to go to shows. And that's one of the people that I've been able to cross off my bucket list of people I've seen live. So The Rock was there. I'm happy, say Papa Tui everywhere, But yeah, man, let's get into some more topics. Let me know what you guys thought about The Rock at Monday Night Raw in Chicago. How do you guys feel about it? Let me know. So to leave that segment between Cody and The Rock, like I say, felt like a movie. Everything's feeling like a movie. It's like a mafia style movie, in a sense, just like, as I've been saying, like layers and layers of storytelling, little bit of pieces of Easter eggs and stuff, and just adding support to the story and just making this thing just bigger than just a singular storyline, like it's just, like I said, like last week, it's just a tangled web of everyone just kind of included into this bigger thing, and that's real great. And so to leave from that, kind of been left empty-handed, I would say, and then we go into, I think it was like Ricochet and JD, and once again, like even in their gauntlet match, when they kicked off the gauntlet match, it was fire. And so, like, I'm getting to it right now, and this is my match of the week: Ricochet versus JD from the Judgment Day. The match was phenomenal. Just being that live, like, and then I rarely do I go back and watch the show, because usually I'm just there. I don't make time to go back and watch the show after I come home. But I rewatch the show, and it's just even a greater appreciation of what Ricochet is able to do in the ring. And I don't take anything away from JD, because it was phenomenal too, because you need two people to have a great wrestling match. But man, they were just, this is my match of the night, of the week. He was just, Ricochet, man. It's just, I was saying, spaceless, right? Ricochet is just doing things that you just can't believe a person is able to do, at least in the WWE world. I know people can see him stuff like, in the indies or whatnot, but I really wish they would do more with him. And maybe this is the start of something else, my man did a student star press into while JD was standing up and caught him. Like, Spanish flies, and it's just the recoils, and I don't know, man. It's just so much that, I mean, they just, I feel like the match was kind of like flawless. Even with, Dirty Dom out there, and he's playing his part and his role, and getting agitated in the crowd in Chicago, and Ricochet picks up the win, and saying it's just my match of the week, man. Ricochet versus Day. I feel like I just can't even speak about it, because it's just, man, I put my highlights up. So, and you guys saw, and if you guys disagree, because surely I feel like that might have been another match of the week, which would have been Angel and Berto now versus New Cash Republic, and that was a dope match too. But so for me, it was just definitely Ricochet versus JD. I say Ricochet sells everything and makes everything better. I feel like I need Ricochet to have a WrestleMania moment or another big main event moment at PLE. He need to get back against Logan Paul, and he needs that revenge. I think he deserves that. He's been grinding hard these past years, using the TV time that he can get to make other superstars look better in the ring by selling their moves. Like, he does great moves. He's phenomenal. He's a highlight reel. He's always entertaining. Maybe he can get better on the microphone a little bit or whatnot. But outside of that, Ricochet, man, is phenomenal, man. So my match of the week, Ricochet versus JD from the Judgment Day. What you guys think? Let me know. And I think what everybody in Chicago was waiting for, I mean, we was already riding a high with The Rock coming out, right? And so it was like, man, what can get better than that? But we still knew that CM Punk was in the building and in Chicago. So we were just, eagerly waiting for his appearance to come out, and he came out, and energy once again just crazy, like huge pop. CM Punk in Chicago, clobbering time. You know what it is, and like I say, man, it's great being a wrestling fan and seeing the change in wrestling, at least in WWE, you know, I would say, and how the content is starting to change, and it starts to feel realer, more adultish, just by just the way that they talk. That's it. That's necessarily the cussing or whatnot, but just the content in the promos themselves. And it seems like they're able to say more, which is cool. And CM Punk doesn't disappoint. You know, he comes out, greets the crowd greets him. We're loving him, you know. Then Drew McIntyre comes out and interrupts him. They have a back and forth, which is fire. He's on fire. Drew's on fire, but they just back and forth taking shots at one another. And I feel like rarely have we seen that with two superstars. I always feel like one superstar gets the better of the other one. And Monday, it felt like they was kind of even with what they were saying against one another. Seth Rollins comes out, and it just seems like it was a star-studded packed night for Monday Night Raw in Chicago. I mean, I guess it got to be because we're so close. We're so close to WrestleMania, you know. So we gotta step it up, you know, and make everyone build up the anticipation for everything, you know. So we got them verbally going back and forth. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins comes out. Now the three of them are kind of going back and forth, and it's still just great entertainment. You know, it's like that passing the baton on the microphone with this promo stuff. You know, and so that was dope. Not too much more happened out there. I guess we getting CM Punk on commentary for Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Even though Chicago wanted him to be the special guest referee, but I don't know, man. I feel like he's gonna play some part in the match, which is gonna lead to other storylines down the road. I can't wait. How do you guys feel about CM Punk being back? Like I say, and then I feel like also this is the CM Punk that we all like love. Well, CM Punk on the promo on the microphone is the kind of CM Punk that we all love, you know. And this is CM Punk, the pipe bomb style CM Punk, where felt like he was brutally honest with what he was saying, and it felt real, you know. Wasn't really a big fan of him being so humble and appreciative, which is cool, and I get it, you know. Like we never forgot about him, you know, after all this time being away from WWE or just being away from wrestling in general. And so when he came back to AEW, you know, the love was there, and I felt like he was a more humble CM Punk. But I don't want my CM Punk to be humble. I want my CM Punk to be brash. You know, I want my CM Punk to say stuff and get in your face and tell it how it is and make you have to work on the microphone, you know, in a promo. You know, and that's the CM Punk that I feel like we're getting now, and that's great. What do you guys think about that segment? Let me know. You know what to do. Comment below. So sticking with CM Punk, I'm going to get into my super kicks of the week. The superstar who had super kicks of the week is CM Punk. He has these Jordans, which I happen to actually have myself. Jordan 1s, black and white. I haven't even laced them up yet. I haven't even worn them yet. But Punk had these, came out with his Punk jersey on. Oh, Punk hoodie on. Let me get close real quick. I move this. Making unnecessary noise. But he had these mugs on. The typical Jordan 1, you know, high top. Which I'm a big fan of high top shoes in general. And I like it because it's kind of basic. Black and white, can't go wrong with that. Goes with just about anything that you can wear. But yeah, Punk had these on. I feel like I did see a couple other people who was wearing these that night. Do you guys have these? Let me know. Comment below. CM Punk, superstar with the super kicks of the week this past week at Monday Night Raw. Jordan 1s, black and white. So since I was there also at Monday Night Raw, I'm gonna try to include some of my footage from me being there. I did upload some shorts on YouTube. from an angle. I was gonna be like row 5, I think section 4. It was something like that. Not too bad of a seat. I think I want to get more so on the walkway on the aisle over there, just because. Excuse me. You can see the superstars when they come down to the ring, when they make the entrance, and you can still get a good view of the ring. You know, where I was sitting at, really, I just had like a good view of the ring, except for a dude who had a sign in like the third row for some reason. I guess so, but who was kind of like blocking my view, and I wanted to rip the sign up because it was pointless. But I only really had the view of the ring, so when superstars were making an entrance, it was blocked by everyone else that was on the aisleway, the rapway, or whatever you want to call it. So that's why I kind of think I want to sit more so is over there. But I did get to have like this, I guess you call it the VIP experience, and it was called the ringside package or whatever. So I got a chair, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, and then I had to come and do an unboxing video of that. So I showed the chair and the other like bag and stuff that I had got, and it wasn't too bad price wise. I think it was kind of worth it. But hoping that if they have that package in a different section, like I say, where I want to sit going forward, I think I definitely would do that more. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about where's the best spot for you to sit in to go see the show. For me, if it's not on the floor and close by the ring, or like I say by the aisle, definitely at 100 level, because it's pitched at a way the way you can kind of still see just about everything, and it's a good angle. You know, I mean, it's a little farther away, but I think that is the best possible spot in the arena outside of being ringside or like say on the aisle or whatever. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Next, I want to get into the women's world champion. Rhea Ripley came out. Mommy came out. Her and Dirty Dom. And I feel like WWE, like I said before, is trying to draw the line between who's a heel and who's a face. And so with them pairing Dom more with Rhea when she's doing her promos, it's trying to put their heat on Rhea. And even if they try to do that Monday, where Rhea was speaking, then she gave it to Dom, and the crowd started booing Dom like they always do. And since it's guilty by association, you just figure that, oh, well, we're booing Rhea too. But you're not really booing Rhea. Like, the crowd love her. And so I don't know why you need to make this distinction between who's a heel and who's a face, but the crowd clearly loves Rhea Ripley. You know, like, I think she gets the bigger pop no matter what. And even when she's trying to use heel buzzwords or whatever, I felt like it didn't even go over well with the people. Like, it didn't cause the booing like it usually would do when superstars would do it or whatnot. Because she had just broke the internet like the weekend pass. You know, so like the fans know what they like, mainly probably dudes or whatever, some chicks too, but the fans, they want Rhea. And no knock at Becky, I just think that it's just Rhea's time right now. And no matter how much they try to push Becky as being the main face, I think the fans are speaking, you know, and it's obvious that the fans want Rhea to be the champion and to be it, you know. So they come out, they had it in action, and now Rhea has this new shirt that says WrestleMania, and I'm like, that's whack. Mummy Mania is way better than WrestleMania. I don't know why they didn't use it. I don't know who came up with that, but that's trash. It should be Mommy Mania. But whatever. This is their loss. So Becky comes out. Once again, they have a face to face. They said some stuff, and even Becky's passionate promo, just to me didn't resonate as much as it probably should have. And I think once again that's because the fans are just so over with Rhea. But what did help Becky a lot was her stealing on Dirty Dom right in the jaw. Punch came straight from the south side, clocked him, knocked him out, and then Rhea and Becky started to tussle and go back and forth or whatnot. I do need those segments, I feel, to be a little more believable. The the whole like shaking the camera and like it's just chaos going on. This doesn't work for me anymore, especially when I feel like I'm watching a movie, the Bloodline movie, you know, and I'm watching that. Uh, I feel like that they need to implement some more of that stuff in the rest of these storylines. Just the feel of things or whatnot. But I still think it's gonna be a great match going forward at WrestleMania. Um, I got Rhea, like I say right now. What did you guys think about the segment? I'm pretty sure everyone loved Don getting stole on. Let me know. Comment below. So something I had came across online. Like I said, I don't know how true these things are, but when Monday Night Raw switches over to Netflix, there will be no uncensoring promos. I don't know how true that is, and I'm pretty sure some things might be censored, depending on what it is. But if that is true, that'd be great, because I feel like if you're going over to Netflix, you should have a different rating. It shouldn't be. We're not in the PG era no more. Obviously, The Rock has made it clear that we're not in the PG era just by the way he's been talking to Cody Rhodes and whatnot. And so I want to take a bet of who's gonna be the first person to cuss on Netflix. I'm not sure, but I want to see who to be the very first person who's going to take advantage of the ability to speak a little freer on Netflix. Who you guys think? Let me know. But we have at the end of the night, we got Jey Uso versus Shinsuke Nakamura. They're going back and forth. Where I was sitting at, I knew there was something about the side that was going to happen. Like someone's going to come out because they started making like a switch. The security and whatnot, the in-house security, and then WWE like personnel switch. So I'm like, man, something's about to happen. And then sure enough, I saw Jimmy Uso and Solo come right past me. And then hop over the barricade to interfere, and then you had Cody and Seth run down to the ring, stop those two. Jay and Shinsuke still going back and forth. Drew McIntyre comes out, grabs Seth Rollins, Future Shots DDT him out there. So they out there laid to the ground. Jey Uso, he beats Shinsuke Nakamura with a spear. Chaos is going crazy. Cody then ran Jimmy Uso back off to the back there, beating him up out of the arena, towards out of the arena. Solo comes, beating up Cody. You know, Cody turns around, catches Solo. He's beating him down, and all of a sudden, the final boss comes, starts clocking and rocking Cody all around. Look at you now, boy. Look at you now, huh? Mama Rose, look at you now. Look at your boy now. He's beating Cody down all through the back of the All-State Arena. They head outside, and this is why I feel like it just feels like a movie. Like it feels like cinema. It's raining. It's Chicago. It's dark. Cody's all beaten. He's battered. He's torn. Shoulders ripped. Rock is beating him down in the ring. Just like a final like boss scene, right? Toss him into his truck. There's a clip that you see with John Cena and Stone Cold on one of the WWE production trucks, looking over at Cody getting beat down, getting his face turned into gorilla biscuits. Rock is steady tossing him back into the bus. Talking about, look at you now, Mama Rose, look what I'm doing to your boy. Look at him. You know, it didn't have to be this way, but it is the way because of him. You know, all the Cody crybabies and whatnot. Rock is cussing at him. This is what happened when with the final boss, all these different things, and back in the arena, the fans we're going crazy. Like we're loving what we're seeing, especially when Rock is cussing, because it's all we can hear it live. It's not censored, obviously, because we're there. So he cusses, and the people are like all in shock and everything. Cody's bleeding now, and if we see the Mama Rose belt. Rock takes some blood off of Cody's forehead, wraps it on the belt. Says, "This I'm gonna give you this belt at WrestleMania, Mama Rhodes." It was just a phenomenal segment. You know, when it ended, the whole arena was cheering. You know, everyone was cheering, like clapping, like man, like we just watched like a great movie. You know, and so the way Monday Night Raw went off the air for us was amazing. Um, you gotta say, man, that's like, if I had to rate the show 5 out of 5, man, just like, I don't feel like there was any like down parts that were whack, really. Even though watching, like, there was a one-on-one between Candice LeRae and Ivy Now, and that even that building stories into that, and with so much going on, it might take away from those little pieces, but you can see that they're changing, and it's good to see like her character changing, and she's trying to become a little more sinister or evil in that sense. And I'm interested in just seeing what's going to happen with that in India. But back to like the end of Raw, man, like just so much. That's why it's like a 5 out of 5, because even like the smaller pieces of the show were still solid, and the way the show ended was just amazing, and I felt like it would just make up for anything, for me. But man, it made me way more hype for WrestleMania, to be going to WrestleMania this week. What do you guys think about the end of Monday Night Raw, man? Let me know what you think about the final boss. You better make sure you get your reports in order, because the boss comes and you'll be talking to no HR. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Raw. How you feel about the final boss popping up in Chicago, the way the show ended, the direction that everything's going and whatnot. Man, let me know, man. All right, so now we're gonna get into SmackDown. SmackDown kicks off with Nick Aldis in the ring, announcing the new acquisition for SmackDown, Jade Cargill. I feel like it was about time. I felt like all kind of directions kind of pointed to her being signed to SmackDown. I really felt like I did see her on Raw. She was kind of always on SmackDown in some capacity, popping up on there, whatnot. And she kind of always had the blue on. So she signs with SmackDown, and the crowd seems to be hyped for her being on SmackDown and eager to see what she's able to do. They got the angles right with her. I want a little bit more with the music. Maybe some pyro or something going forward. But yeah, I was definitely eager to see what's in store for Jade Cargill going forward. But yeah, man, how do you guys feel about Jade Cargill being on SmackDown? Let me know. So for me, I felt like too much really didn't happen on SmackDown for me to really get into. But one of the things that kind of stood out to me was, is it time to break up the Street Profits? I feel like they've been talking about it before, and I kind of want them together. I really like them together, and I want them to do more. But there's nothing really going on with them. Like, they got the outfits, they got their music back, they ain't got the cups anymore. They're paired with Bobby Lashley and B-Fab, but they don't have a group name as a whole. They got this back and forth with the Final Testament, and it's not really gonna go over well for them. They lost that match at SmackDown. It seems like Andrew Dawkins was about to leave, and Test was still in the ring waiting to do the frog splash, and then they lost, and then they get beat up, and then it's just like, man, I don't know. If we're gonna have a match, they should have some match at WrestleMania at some point. But I don't know, and I don't know, man. I feel like it just ain't looking good for them. But I want the best for the Street Profits, because, like I said, there's a tag team that I like very much in WWE. They got the moves together. Dawkins is great. Montez is definitely always on fire. He has the energy, and like that. I keep seeing Dawkins adding a little more moves to his repertoire, his move list or whatnot, and so that's cool to see. So you see he's working on his in-ring ability and things like that. So that's cool. Maybe just because there's just a lack of the push for tag teams in general over there, and so it makes it seem like they just don't have a spot. But what do you guys think what do you guys want for the Street Profits going forward? Should they break up? Should they stay together? What do you guys think? Let me know. Comment below. So one of the things I feel is happening with WrestleMania now that we are like, well, Friday it would have been what 8 days away. Is that they're rushing matches, right? So now, excuse me, all of a sudden we got a match with Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee versus Dirty Dom and Santos Escobar. And yeah, that's history amongst these guys. But now we're just throwing pieces of, we're just putting pieces together to try to fill the card. And I feel like that's not needed in a sense. Or if we were going to do that, there should have been a better way of doing that, for that to be done, right? Like, I don't want to see nothing rushed because we're trying to, like I said, fill the card, and it's not necessary. I think the card was stacked, right, and it was dope. And so now, yeah, we got 2 nights of WrestleMania. Are we going to have a few matches that are going to be like 5 minutes? So what's the point of that, you know? Or if that was always the intention of having extra matches, we should have been taking advantage of social media a little bit more with the digital exclusives, like Karen Cross were doing, you know, and building more to the story. Like, I wish they would build more with Jay and Jimmy Uso story, even though it's already established. Add more to it. Give me something back from when they were kids, you know, growing up or whatnot. Them butting heads as brothers, you know, the competition between the two of them as brothers. I know, well, I'm assuming that Jimmy Uso doesn't have a social media account, anything like that, or IG like that, because I never see him on there. But Jay could take advantage of it, or they could, once again, use WWE digital exclusives to build up that storyline even more. There's so much more to that. I feel like they can add to it. It's just not taking the opportunity to do so. And I feel like they kind of dropping the ball with it and not really making this be the best storyline that it could be for that match with them. And same with this tag team match now. You know, like, I probably would have rather just seen Santos versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania instead of like this makeshift like tag team match kind of, you know. They added new members to the LWO. Legado del Fantasma got their crew or whatnot. Why not just pit them all together against one another? I would have loved to see Joaquin Wild and the Torres part of the WrestleMania. Every time they tag together, they do something phenomenal. So I think they kind of missed out on that, you know. But yeah, I'm not a fan of them rushing matches and heading into WrestleMania. Even like the LA Knight and AJ Styles match that we got. Not really match because they kind of been building into it since before like Royal Rumble in that sense. But I feel like more can be added to that, you know. They had a segment on Smackdown and it was cool, and then they had the little encounter last week at AJ Styles' house or whatnot. But yeah, man, I guess it just goes back to there's just not enough show for all the superstars to kind of be on. And so now that's what we need to take advantage of WWE social media and the internet, you know. What else? And then something that's surprising to me is Tiffany. Right now, Tiffany Stratton isn't in WrestleMania in no form or fashion, you know. Which is weird because she had got such a big pop at Elimination Chamber back in February. I thought they would have been trying to scramble and put her into WrestleMania in some way, and I thought it was kind of the thing that was hitting that between her and Bianca Belair, you know, having a WrestleMania moment and maybe having a match at WrestleMania, and maybe they didn't want to do that to Tiffany Stratton because I feel like maybe they think the future is bright for her. And maybe they thought if she lost it to Bianca at WrestleMania, they would hurt her. Which is, if that's the case, then I definitely understood that. Because currently there's no one else for her to fight then. Unless they do like, because I know they want to announce the Andre Memorial Battle Royal or whatever. If they do one for the women's, I think Tiffany should win that. Definitely. Because the fans love her. Even though she's a heel, the fans, once she's another like star is on the rise, so they need to make use of her at WrestleMania in some capacity going forward. But the night ended with Bianca or Bianca, the way like Wade Barrett always says, against the Dakota Kai. One-on-one match, which later ensues. Well, Bianca wins, and I felt like the Kabuki Warriors were supposed to interfere before Bianca was able to get the 1-2-3, but she got the 1-2-3. They come out, they jump Bianca Belair. Naomi comes out, they jump them, so now they all laid out. And all of a sudden, Jade Cargill makes her appearance. She comes out, starts tossing damage control around like Fire Marshal Bill, ragdolling them like they were nothing, like they were like puppets. And it seems like, well, I think we got Naomi, Bianca, and Jade Cargill versus the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai at WrestleMania. And once again, that goes back to, definitely I would like to see all these superstars at Mania. And I feel like the tag team championship should be on the line at Mania. And once again, they're not pushing the titles. But this goes back into what I was saying, where WWE is rushing matches for some reason. Like, I feel like they got all this talent, and it's just like, man, we don't know what to do with you guys. Here, put you guys here and put you guys here. And now all you guys go together, and you guys go fight. But what is definitely great about, the only good thing or great thing I would say about this is, it's great to see Naomi getting some more shine, Bianca still getting shine, and Jade Cargill getting some shine now at WrestleMania. That's history right there, because that's never been done, and I think they're gonna win. I feel like there's no way that they can't win coming out of WrestleMania against Damage Control. But, and maybe this will set up later on, maybe for next year, Jade versus Bianca at WrestleMania, because I think that is a match that we will all love to see. And it's so much that I want to see Jade Cargill do in WWE. I think she can win the Royal Rumble. I want to see her against Nia Jax. I want to see her against Bianca. I want to see her against Rhea Ripley. I want to see her against Charlotte Flair when she comes back. Like, I feel like there's a lot of big name matches that Jade Cargill can have in WWE going forward, and I'm excited to see what's in store for her. The storm was coming, but now the storm has arrived. What do you guys think? Just about what WWE is doing for WrestleMania, this card lineup. I'm gonna have another video that's gonna go into my predictions for WrestleMania, and do for the Slammies. I'm gonna do an unboxing video. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Check out the Superkick store. I got my hoodies up there. I got t-shirts up there. I got socks, like I always tell you guys. You need socks for your shoes. I got these Carmine on right now. Got socks. I ain't got no Superkick socks on right now, but I got socks on. But, man, thank you guys for always tuning in. Thank you guys for commenting. I'm going to insert right here the What If Wednesdays, which pretty much is me taking old storylines and twisting them, and flipping it and see what happened and things when they go differently. The first episode that I had was, what if the Montreal Screwdriver never happened? How would Bret Hart's life career would have been different in WWE? So I did a video about that. That's on YouTube right now, in honor of Bray Wyatt, and the documentary is about to drop April 1st. Bray Wyatt becoming immortal. I did a flashback. A Fantasy Friday matchup between The Fiend and Doink the Clown. Check that out. It's only like 5 minutes, but so you got 5 minutes to spare. Check that out right after this. I might put that up in here somewhere. Check that out. I think it was pretty dope. I think it came out pretty cool. Then we got you guys. Let me know what kind of dream matchups or fantasy matchup you would like to see going forward, or what is some moments from the past that you think should have went differently. Let me know. Excuse me. Comment below. I just ate. Comment below about those different things for me. Comment on my videos, man. Like, subscribe, share. Once again, comment, give me feedback. I can't wait to go to WrestleMania. I hope I bump into people, other content creators, meet up with some people, come up with different dope ideas or whatnot. But yeah, man, until next time, Adios. Peace.